Do an intro.
One by one, I'm
Call me king cause I'm that dude. That's true. Said I don't mean to brag. Let me work it out. Forever.
Test on straight face, you remember?
They just living for the moment. We living it like we own it. Killing the comp, crushing every opponent. No, if it ain't about money, I don't condone it. Cash and plastic, still carry the chrome shit. Me and my boo.
Let's do it. We got 4 people on. Hey.
No shortcuts. Here to give you motivation and a little bit of inspiration. No shortcuts. Me and the boss ain't easy. Every day somebody needs me. It's no shortcuts. I wake up stretched, say a prayer, coffee and then some fresh air. Time to get it poppin'. I got a fresh 24. Hopefully I'm blessed with plenty more. Meanwhile, I'm thankful for the fire on the inside burning. I keep earning as the world keeps turning. The thing about life is you never stop learning. Hoping everybody Maxwell, Vernon. You make a plan, then you stick to it. Even in tough times, get through it. So get to it. And make sure your family's straight. We going worldwide, you understanding me, mate? Providing a platform where like minds can meet. Closed mouths don't get fed, want everybody to eat. On Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch. Tuesdays at noon, let's all get rich. It's no shortcuts. Tell a friend to tell a friend about the No Shortcut Show.
Action.
Let's go.
Let's do it, Don Cornelius style. Greetings, salutations, everyone out there in YouTube land, everyone out there in Facebook land, Twitch, Instagram. Today is Tuesday, June 27th.
27.
Yeah, we are on episode, are we at 57, 58 now?
58.
Episode 58. Ladies and gentlemen, you guys come on in. Feel free to share this platform, share this broadcast on your individual timelines. We are glad that you guys are here today to share with us for yet another episode of the No Shortcut Show with Midas and Fame. Summertime is upon us. It's nice and hot outside, man, and we're just trying to stay cool. My sister's in the house. Shout out to Faith. I saw my brother Matt is here. Shout out to him. My mom is here, and with that, I want to say shout out to A Touch of Faith. Shout out to Smooth Sales, and shout out to the our community, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello,
as you guys,
everybody. Come on in.
Come on in. Feel free to say hello. Drop us a comment real fast. Let us know where you are watching from. We're just excited to be here. We're excited that you guys have taken a moment out of your lunch schedule to share with us and not count it robbery to come see what the No Shortcut boys are up to this Tuesday. What's up, Faye?
Hey, man. Just out here getting hot. It's super hot this week, yo.
Hey.
Trying to stay indoors.
Stay hydrated. Yes, sir. Yes,
we're trying to figure out ways to do all the cooking outside because it's too hot to be turning the oven on. So anything that we could put on the grill. Before we started the show today, we just grilled some bacon and eggs. So,
Hey, listen, you want to keep those indoor temperatures to a minimum this time of year. I recall while my mom's in the chat, I recall those days in the summer, and she's not trying to use the oven as much and the stove as much, and I remember her slicing up the cucumbers and onions and tomatoes and the vinegar. All right, Mom, I'm just reminiscing a little bit, but shout out to her. You know what I mean? And speaking of cooking and all of that stuff, we have a special guest on today, ladies and gentlemen, and we're gonna keep our intros a little brief because he is at one of his establishments right now, and he's doing some prep, monitoring his lunchtime, so we know how that goes. So we're gonna keep our intro brief today, and I think if it's all right with Famous, I think we'll go ahead and introduce our special guest for today.
Yep.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, today's special guest, like I said, speaking of cooking and whatnot, this gentleman I've known some years ago, and I'll get into the ins and outs of. I met him at least about 15 years ago. My last corporate job, which was for a heating and air conditioning company, and I used to go around doing administrative work, which included taking ink pens with our logo and information on them and taking them around to establishments. So that's when I met this gentleman, and it's a pleasure to have him on some 15 years later. This guy is part owner of a couple of establishments here in Rock Hill, one being Ay Papi Tacos and Tequila, where he's part owner.
Talk about it.
As well as the executive chef. So we know he's got some duties to do today. And if you guys have ever been to El Cancun, Mexican restaurant here in Rock Hill, he's part owner of that too. So all you aspiring restaurant owners or chefs, you definitely want to pay close attention today, or feel free to share this with someone who may need to hear this information today. But without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, make some noise at home, make some noise in the chat while we make some noise on the screen for none other than a good friend of mine, Mr. Gil Gonzalez.
What's happening?
What's up,
appreciate it for
man?
having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for being with us, brother.
It's a pleasure to have you on, man. And like I was just recapping, I remember when I used to come in with our ink pens from Fire and Ice. Milton Pro, big supporter of our platform.
I remember that.
Yeah. So that's where we originally met, man. And I've run into you here and there. I still get food from El Cancun. I was telling you yesterday. Nowadays, I typically get it off of DoorDash. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna come in. But I think after today and seeing you and everything, I'm gonna come pay you a visit real soon. So once again, thank you.
Come check it out.
For sure. Thank you so much for joining us today, man. And we understand that you're running a tight ship and have a tight schedule. So we wanted to go ahead and get you on and learn a little bit more about you, so we don't have to hold you up very long during the lunch rush and things like that.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. So we always like to ask our guests before we get started and get into the meat and potatoes of everything. Gil,
no pun intended.
Yeah, since we're talking about food, right? You see what I did there? But we like to ask our guests, where they were born and raised, and to tell us a little bit about your childhood, and before we get into everything.
So I was born in Atlanta. I was born in Decatur.
Okay.
I was there I think I was probably like 4 years old, and my father migrated us to Charlotte, North Carolina.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So I grew up on what we call a South Bully, which is South Boulevard.
Okay.
That area is where I grew up.
Okay.
And that's where I started.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about your folks, and like maybe some couple of little childhood memories that may stand out to you.
So both my parents are Mexican. Both migrated from Mexico to Atlanta. Both were in the restaurant industry. And Dad opened the very first El Cancun on South Boulevard in Tyvola. I think it was like 83.
Wow. Really? Okay.
Oh, yeah. And if I would have known that I was going to be in the food business this long, I think I would have paid more attention to a lot more things and learned a lot more.
But you seem to be doing just fine.
I remember one of the childhood memories that I had was like I'd get out of school on a Friday, and people were going having sleepovers and doing things that normal kids would do. Absolutely. And my dad would slap me in the dish pit, and he's like, "Come on, you're coming to work." And I'm like, "Oh man." Yeah, but it was good. It educated me.
Yeah, that you saying that reminds me of my dad a little. My dad is an entrepreneur as well, and he's actually a preacher, currently a bishop. But there was many weekends that were sacrificed. Me playing music in church, or like on a Friday night, and then a Saturday. Sometimes I would go help him out at his businesses, or we're traveling to the flea market to sell merchandise. So I can identify what you're saying. Yeah, but we appreciate it later on in life.
It was fun, and I appreciate it, because God knows where I'd be right now, huh?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And so during that time, Gil, did you have, what were your other interests? What would you have rather been doing if Pops didn't make you go to work in the restaurant?
Yeah, I dabbled in a little bit of everything, man. I think my interests more were like in cars. Like I would change the oil in my car. I would, anything I could do to my vehicle, I would do. And I actually stepped out of the restaurant business for a while and did construction. And somehow I just kept getting pulled back into the industry.
Yeah. Now, you have any siblings, by the way?
I do. I got an older sister and I got a younger brother.
Okay. Now, are they in the restaurant business as
Yeah,
well? Or
like my
restaurant
sister's got
industry?
her own. My sister does her own thing, man. She's got her own T-shirt company,
Uh-huh.
where she designs and does custom T-shirts and mugs, anything, and it seems to be going well for her. So that's it. And, my
Nice.
brother, he's a tattoo artist, so he does
Okay.
his thing with the ink, so he's
Yeah.
good.
Okay. So the spirit of entrepreneurship rubbed off on the whole family.
Yeah, yeah.
There's nothing wrong with
Yeah.
that. So when did you find yourself maybe having a passion for the cooking or just being involved? I know you said you tried to get out of it and it keeps
Man,
calling you back a little bit. But when did
do
you
you
find
know,
yourself having that passion?
hanging out with mom,
Yeah.
hanging out with mom in the kitchen, man. It's like, it's just how did you do this? Like this is so good. Why? Oh, how? This is
Uh-huh.
amazing. And then I'd go try to replicate it. And
Yeah.
of course, I would fail miserably.
Right.
'Cause
Right. Right.
there's nothing like mom's cooking.
Man.
And
Yeah.
and here in the kitchen world, people measure it. They use a cup or half a cup or a teaspoon.
Right.
In my
That's
mom's
true.
house, there's no measuring.
Eyeball it.
It's
Yeah.
all
To
it's all
taste
eyeballing. It's
and
all
taste.
my taste.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great,
And
man.
and I would always try to like measure out her recipes, and I just finally maybe I think probably 10 years ago gave up, and I was just like, I'm just gonna taste it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go for it.
Yeah. You know
Yeah,
it when you
it's
taste it. You
worked.
know you did it right when you taste it.
Yeah.
But
You
mom
did
was
it.
smart. Mom would always leave out an ingredient or a step, and she would never tell you what that was.
Yeah.
This is like a little secret that you got to figure out for yourself, huh?
Or you just had to come back to the house and get it because she's the only one that can make it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's how my mom was with her. We always talk about my mom's world famous chicken salad, man. She would never give it to me, man. She took that recipe with her, bro. But she would
That's
never
right.
give me the recipe because she wanted me to come by. She wanted me to come home, you know? She knew I had a reason to come home.
That's awesome.
There's a sauce that my mom makes, and it's very simple. And it's poured over like pieces of steak, and it's cooked, and it's just the most amazing thing that every year for my birthday, that's what she makes.
Yeah.
And I'm 43 years old, and I have yet to be able to duplicate that sauce.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I always make it, and I'm like, Mom, try it. And she's just like, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I got to say, man, there's nothing like authentic Mexican food. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, any food is good, like honestly, like anything is
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna digress for a moment. I've been seeing a lot of Berea reels on Facebook. You guys do that?
My mom does it at home.
Okay.
We don't do it
I'm
here,
trying to find that.
but my mom and sister. My sister's the one that's the lucky one because she's at the house with her every day, so she's the one that knows all the secrets.
Mm-hmm.
And, but it's the birria taco. It's taken America over like a plague, man. Everybody's doing it,
Yeah.
I just saw some lady in Charlotte in a food truck, as a matter of fact, doing oxtail birria tacos, and I'm like, oxtail, man,
Yeah. So that's normally, and I may be ignorant to the fact. I normally associate oxtails with like when I grab Jamaican food sometimes.
Yeah,
Oh, absolutely.
But that's a nice blend there,
Absolutely.
oxtail, Berea, and I'm probably not rolling my R correctly. But the Berea,
You got
but
it.
the oxtail, man, that sounds good. And hey, what better topic should we have at a
on
lunch
Tuesday?
hour? On a Tuesday.
So listen,
On a Tuesday.
really quick. So the beauty of Ay Papi is that it's not a Mexican spot. It's a fusion. So it's got there's a lot of Asian involved. There's we've done Jamaican stuff. We've done Indian infused. Like it's just a mixture of everything.
Yeah, and that's in Rock Hill, right? You wanna throw the address out there right fast?
It's on 210 East Main Street in downtown Rock Hill.
Yeah.
It's a little small building, but it's got a lot of love in it.
Yeah, and ladies and gentlemen, if you go by there due to this show, make sure you let Gil know that you watched him on No Shortcuts with Midas and Fame, and you're at Ay Papi to taste a little bit of everything.
Put a little bit of extra margarita in that margarita if you mention this show.
Yeah. As long as your name's not Margaret.
Yeah. So a little bit extra.
Yeah.
He'll get you an extra lime on it for sure.
Yeah. So
Oh man, that sounds good. Yeah.
Yeah. So which restaurant did you open first? Was it El Cancun or Ay Papi?
So my father opened up El Cancun, and he kind of much left the platform for us. And he retired. Mom and I, took it. And luckily, the restaurant here in Rock Hill, an amazing staff there. My cousin's the GM; he does an amazing job there.
Yeah.
So
Family.
don't need to be there. Yeah, don't need to be constantly being there unless he calls me up and says, "Hey, I really need you."
Yeah.
So that there, and then Ay Papi, man, like it happened because of it was an idea that. So I started slinging tacos out of the back of my truck from El Cancun. I'd cook everything at El Cancun, put it in hot boxes, and we'd set up at a Rock Hill Brewery. Actually, was the first place that we started at.
Okay.
And we did that. That idea took us to 3 years in different events. We did weddings. We've done arts events. We've done a lot of events. And then I'm sitting there with who now is my business partners, Adam and Nikki, over there, who own Tattoo Brews.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there, and I'm having a drink with Adam, and I was like, man, we should just buy a building, and you run the bar, and I'll run the kitchen. Yada yada yada. And a few weeks went by, or maybe a week went by, and he gets me a call. I'm about to get in the shower, and he calls me up, and he's like, man, I need you to come meet me. I'm like, for what? He's like, just come meet me. Here's the address. And I'm like, man, I'm not gonna get in the shower. He's like, come on, dude, you gotta meet me.
Gotta skip this shower today, fast.
So I get dressed and I head to the building, and I look at the boss. I said, what are we doing? What's this building for? He goes, we're doing this. And I'm like, wait, what are we doing? He's like, we're opening up a taco spot. And I'm like, man, I was just kidding, dude.
I was just playing unless you're going to do it.
Be careful what you ask for, because you just might get it.
And then we looked at the building that we're in now a few times. And, it's like, I remember making a phone call to my mother. And I was like, man, we keep going back to this building. And she was like, well, if you keep going back, that's a sign. So we jumped on it. And now we've been open for, 2.5 years now?
Wow.
2.5 years. Yeah, I'm
ready.
Yeah,
2.5 to change. Awesome. Yeah, man.
Yeah. Let's make some noise for that, man. Let's make some noise for that. Yeah. And also, man, it's great that you're here with us today, of course, and plugging into our community. And you mentioned weddings, because we have wedding coordinators. Famous actually can coordinate weddings.
What else?
Famous. We got all types of people that do different things. But now that you say, you can provide food for weddings and things like that, it'll be great to have you. Great to have you plugged in our community, because I'm sure, as someone who's wedding planning, they would love to have some tacos and whatever else that you provide on the catering style for their wedding. Speaking of, real quick, we got to shout out Mr. Juan Velasquez. I was just mentioning him earlier.
What up, Juan?
Yeah, that's the gentleman. That's the gentleman I was telling you about, Gil, that does vacation planning and things like that. So.
But I found lately, Gil, especially with younger couples, that's what they want for weddings and events like that. Now they want something different than just a regular barbecue buffet or sit down chicken or whatever. I've done a few weddings just this past spring where they just had an open taco or cocktail bar, and that's their main thing, for the meal, not just like a traditional sit. They want something a little bit outside the box. So what you just described, man, that's perfect.
We do it all here at Ay Papi and El Cancun. It depends on what direction. Ay Papi's done. We've done taco bars. We've done weddings. We've done anything you can possibly name it. We can do it or done it.
And ladies and gentlemen, just so you guys know, Gil is live right now at this establishment, Ay Papi. You can hear the ambiance in the background.
It's going down back there. I can hear it.
Prep. We wanted you guys to be a part of this experience, with us today. Now, and you also being the executive chef, tell us a little bit about the duties that are involved with being executive chef at a restaurant.
Man, you don't want those problems.
Hey, hey, yeah. Listen, Gil didn't want me to include that. Yeah, you mind if I share the story when we talked on the phone yesterday?
Go ahead, man.
Yeah, yeah. So Gil initially didn't want me to include the fact that he was an executive chef, and I was like, "Nah, man, you gotta, all the hats that you wear, you gotta,
Yeah.
we gotta tell the people about them." So there was somebody in the background saying, "Nah, nah, nah, yeah, you gotta tell them, you gotta." I was like, "Yeah, Gil, who's that?" He's like, "Oh, that's my girlfriend." I was like, "Yeah, hey, I agree with her." I was like, "Matter of fact, when we hang up, give her a high five for me."
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but with that being said, tell us a little bit about the duties of being an executive chef.
Yeah, man, just there's a lot, man. There's a lot, from
Uh-huh.
food ordering to food prepping to, coming up with, menu items. Because here we switch the menu twice a year, one in the fall and one in the spring, and just making sure everybody is doing what they're supposed to be doing, and of
Yeah.
course make sure that everybody first thing goes into everything is love, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love one of the ingredients to you guys.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd always
Absolutely.
wondered about
Yeah.
that too whenever I'm watching, like the cooking competitions and stuff, and they introduce someone as the executive chef of so and so. I just wondered, what did that like? Are you back? Are you still on the line, cooking, or is that really more like menu planning and getting
You're
everything in order?
everywhere. You're everywhere you're needed.
Yeah,
Plugging the holes, huh?
yeah,
Everywhere, man. Everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. Tying up
Yeah.
the loose ends. I
yeah,
guess a little bit
That's
of
it, man.
supervising
That's
as
it.
well as jumping in when need be.
sure.
Everywhere, yeah. And not just in
Yeah.
the kitchen, but up front, anything.
Okay.
Juan
Okay.
says
Yeah.
he's headed over there now, Gil. Juan's headed
Oh,
over there to
really?
get his Tuesday on. Juan, you got on late, but we mentioned earlier when you go over there, you mentioned no shortcuts. Gil's gonna put a little extra lime on the margarita.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah, you're
again.
right.
Yeah. Again, Juan, I think is in the Fort Mill area. We were plugging him a moment ago, letting everyone know about your vacation plan and everything. But definitely, Juan, if you head over there today, just make sure you holler at Gil, let him know you saw him on today. We
Look
like
at Juan selling.
networking. We that's what we fulfillment we get here on our platform, connecting people and people who can work together, and maybe also our audience and spectators can come to you for specific services, and also we want to motivate those that are
Yeah.
watching that might be on the
Inspiring
fence.
stories.
Absolutely, man.
Absolutely,
Listen,
man. Absolutely.
So,
yes.
Gil, did you work at any other restaurants coming up, or will you just go right into the family?
Man, I've helped out here and there with, growing up in other different kitchens, but I mainly grew up in
Yeah,
El Cancun's kitchen.
yeah,
So, anything that I know is between El Cancun and my mother's kitchen.
yeah,
Yeah,
And
for
you
sure.
pick up some stuff from other people that are actually been in the business longer, who actually went to school for the culinary world, and like I said, you pick it up and they give you advice, and you take it and you add your twist to it
Right.
and make it yours.
That's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
And I was curious if you would just give us maybe some of your signature dishes or entrees that are at Ay Papi.
Man, one of the one of the ones that we have that's like, my best friend's Korean,
Uh-huh.
and if you come in, we have a taco named the Bruce Leroy.
Ah, not the Bruce Leroy. I'm
Yeah.
about to
But
walk
There we
off the
go.
set now.
Show
but
enough.
thank you, sure enough.
Show
Because when
enough.
we first put the menu, when we put the menu out, we had this lady comment and say, "Well, Bruce Lee wasn't Korean." It's like no, it's
Yeah.
not a character in the movie.
Yeah.
Right, right,
Uh,
right.
and it's funny because his name is actually Bruce Lee.
Hmm.
And so he's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Bruce Lee, Leroy." I was like, "Done."
Yeah.
And
Nice.
but we that's probably one of my favorites. That's probably one of my babies right there, because he
Yeah.
gave me the rundown, and you just kind of tweak it and tweak it and tweak it until it like. I mean, he
Yeah.
comes in and he's just like he'll come in and he'll order that taco and then a specialty taco, and he goes,
Uh-huh.
"Dude, this is awesome."
That's it. And now is
So,
it
so
spicy? I'm envisioning that as spicy in my mind.
no, man,
Yeah.
it's house made, like kind of like a Korean marinade with a kimchi slaw that we make here. Like we doctor it up, and we
Yeah.
do a sesame oil that goes on top. So there's nothing spicy at all. It's actually kind of sweet.
Oh, okay,
Awesome.
cool, man. And
We got a-
there's
Yeah.
go
I
ahead,
got a
famous. I'm sorry.
question. I got a question from one of the Twitch. Somebody on Twitch wants to
Twitch,
know,
what up?
Gil, how do you decide when to do discounts? Are your discounts permanent for any particular group, such as teachers, police, frontline, health workers, students, etc.?
Good question.
That is a question that's a good one. We do here, we do a military discount here. Um, uh, it's kind of hard to give discounts
Yeah.
because everybody wants a discount.
If
Everybody wants a discount.
Yeah.
So it's kind of difficult, but definitely military gets a discount. And if it's teacher awareness week, we give a discount to teachers.
Yeah.
But really, like you said, it's really difficult.
So
it's
the
like
permanent one
it's
would be the military.
Yeah,
For sure.
definitely
Yeah.
military.
Yeah.
And I like how you said if it's like teacher awareness week or a certain week,
Right.
that makes sense
Yeah.
because you don't want to be just giving discounts to everybody.
Yeah.
We got to
Yeah.
make a little bit of bread,
It's
and
like-
hopefully and possibly the person who's asking on Twitch, maybe are they involved in the restaurant industry? I'm curious.
Not sure.
baby.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It was just a general question, but I can see why that could be an issue. I mean, even in my
Yeah.
business, people will ask me, about military discounts. I'll say yes, but then they start asking about teachers and health workers, and if you're in the restaurant, everybody in town
Everybody
is a
gotta
teacher,
eat.
a nurse, a police. You know what I'm saying? So you really gotta.
It goes to as well with like donations, man.
Yeah.
As much as we would like to donate to every cause and every
Right.
organization,
Yeah.
you kind of have to limit yourself to who you give the
Absolutely.
the donations to.
Yeah, because you'll be discounting all day.
For
And we
sure.
gotta-
Oh man, yeah.
We got a
Yeah,
couple people just saying hi. That's Alice. Alice Harden Meats.
Oh, I know Alice Harden,
Yeah,
and
thanks
she's
for
saying hi to you,
watching.
Gil. She
Yeah.
probably comes to
Thanks for
you know
watching.
Alice right
Yeah,
off Gil.
Man, listen, I am very bad with names.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
I know.
good with faces.
Yes, I'm
and I
sure
know what
Alice.
you ate 2 weeks ago.
She's in Rock Hill. Hey,
Crystal
Crystal
Stewart?
Stewart. She's a friend of the chairman and follower of the chairman of the board.
Yeah,
Fan
thanks
art
for
thing,
joining us. And then one comment from Juan says, charge him double to sit in the kitchen.
Oh man, I would not bring that upon anybody.
Yeah, you don't want that.
Yeah, for sure. Man, that's
a
awesome,
madhouse.
man. Yeah, so again, that's Ay Papi, ladies and gentlemen. Just to catch you guys up who are just joining us, Ay Papi, which Gil is part owner of right here in Rock Hill, also part owner of El Cancun, Mexican restaurant here in Rock Hill. So you guys, if you're in the Rock Hill area or if you ever visit the Rock Hill area, make sure you stop by, say hello to Gil, and let him know you saw him right here on No Shortcuts.
I am here at Ay Papi every morning till about 4:00 in the afternoon. There's a little window facing the kitchen, and I most likely in that kitchen unless I'm on vacation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, are you come back in the evenings, or the evenings you transition to the other restaurant?
No, I usually don't come back in the evenings.
Okay.
Unless I have to come back. And usually afternoons are pretty open unless I have to go. Unless my cousin says, "Hey, you want to come and help out for a few hours?" and I'll go to that one.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So,
Gotcha. Yeah.
So it sounds like Ay Papi gets the more new age fusion type experiments, and then El Cancun if you want the traditional. Yeah, that's good.
It sounds like a best of both worlds.
The menu at El Cancun is set. It's like you go in there, you know what you like.
Yeah.
Here at Ay Papi, it's
burrito.
We have a specialty. Actually, we changed the name of it.
Really?
We did. So I had a friend of mine, customer, a very well-known human being here in Rock Hill, awesome guy. His name is, they call him, he went by Hunt.
Hunt, okay.
And, Hunt. And he would come in, and he's the only one that swore up and down that he lost weight. He would lose weight by eating a burrito bravo twice a week.
Man.
And so he, unfortunately, he had gotten into a car accident and tragically died. And we actually we changed the name for like a week in his honor. So it's the Hunt Burrito Bravo. And we just decided to just keep it.
Oh,
So
that's
now
awesome.
instead of the Burrito Bravo, fun
That's
burrito.
awesome.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Now I gotta go order one for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, hey, there's some good eating. I
Check
get it with the steak. So this is Alice. She says, Gil, I was your most faithful Thursday customer at El Cancun pre-pandemic. You probably have to see her face.
Those margaritas.
Those margaritas. Yeah, that's what I hear about the margarita.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. That's the word on the streets.
and what a more perfect day than a Tuesday. You know, there's nationwide. Everything is Taco Tuesday, this and that.
Right.
So I didn't even realize that till Famous helped me put the 2 and 2 together. You know,
LeBron told me about it.
LeBron, LeBron tells us about a lot of things. Gil, you looking good on time?
I think I should. I don't know. I think
got a few more.
I think I'm all right. I think you got me for another 10 minutes.
Okay. Cool. That's
so what I wanted, I guess, if Famous, did you have anything?
No, go ahead.
Okay. So I think my next question to you would be, if there's somebody who is wanting to get into the restaurant industry or maybe wants to open up their own establishment, what would be some advice that you would have for them?
Good question.
Run.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second, Gil. Let's preface this question. I have a daughter that's in culinary school right now.
Okay.
But she's a pastry chef. She's a pastry chef, but she's looking
awesome.
into getting in. She's right now. She's at Disney World. She has the internship down there doing pastries.
Dude, that's
but
awesome.
she's gonna open up her own business and stuff at some point. So let's give her a different set of advice.
Like a youngster.
Yeah.
He was only kidding, guys. He was only joking.
I got a lot of jokes.
Yeah, for sure. We have a good time here.
I think, man, at the end of the day, it's the food is what brings people together.
Yeah.
You know, one of the things that I always say is we may have different opinions on things, but look at food like you look at music.
Yeah.
You're in a venue full with 10,000 people. And again, you might have all different opinions on things, but there's one thing that you have in common, and that's that you like that venue, that the music that you're listening to. You know, food is the exact same way. You're sitting in a restaurant, you're sitting somewhere eating food, and with a bunch of people that you have no idea who they are, and have different opinions on things. But there's one thing that you guys have in common.
Yes.
This taco is amazing.
It's amazing.
This burrito is amazing.
Yeah.
This hamburger is amazing. You know. So look at it like that, you know. So the more you're doing it, the more you're bringing people together. I think that's good.
Yeah, that's great, man.
So
the
key ingredient again would be love.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah. I guess we would just urge them to continue pursuing. You know, even though there's not every day's not gonna be peaches and cream. There's gonna be some pitfalls. There's gonna be some obstacles to overcome.
I'll give you a good story.
Sure, that's what we want.
So I remember when Taco Boys, before Ay Papi, we were called Taco Boys, and Taco Boys picked up and got pulled in so many different directions that I remember going home and sitting in the bathroom, still with my backpack on, and I call my mother, and she goes, "What's the matter?" I said, I just need to cry." And she's like, "Are you okay?" I said, I just need to cry. And she goes, "All right, well, let it out." And it was a good solid maybe minute or two of me, sobbing.
Yeah.
And then I got myself together. And she goes, "Are you good?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm good." And she goes, "What's the matter?" I said, "I just never thought that I would be in this situation, and that this situation would be pulled in so many different other situations."
Yeah.
And she goes, "Just remember one thing. Always remember where you come from.
Yeah.
How you started. And stay humble."
Yeah. There we go. Like, that's what we was looking for.
All right, that's it.
That's great.
Never forget how you started and where you came from.
And I think that could apply to, that's universal, no matter what industry you're in, because a lot of us definitely come from humble beginnings, man. And as we grow,
man, and I was,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was scared, I was scared.
Yeah.
And I remember talking to somebody like, "Man, your food's good, you do good. Like, what you scared of?" I'm like, "I'm scared of failing. I'm scared of disappointing people." But at the end of the day, I was really disappointing myself.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't doing it.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I wasn't taking that leap. I wasn't taking that leap. The
Uh-huh.
biggest, I guess, uh, the biggest thing I can tell you is to take that leap and go for
Yeah.
it.
Take that leap,
Go
ladies and
for it.
gentlemen. That's
Go
my
for it.
Go
sister. Yeah,
for
she
it.
says, yeah, great advice. Yeah,
We
man.
got a
And I
comment from
go ahead.
Ernesto Hernandez. He's an
Oh,
executive
okay.
chef in Rock Hill too. Highly recommend Ay Papi.
Hey,
Girl, you have a strong following and appreciation for what you do.
I
that's what's
It's from
appreciate
up.
it,
your
man. Thank you
peers,
very
man.
much.
That's from your
Yeah,
peers.
that's what's
That's
up,
what's up.
bro. And we like to celebrate our
Yeah.
guests as well, ladies and gentlemen. We
Yeah.
have our guests on. There's a lot of things that go on here at No Shortcuts. It's informative. We
Yeah.
laugh. We
Yeah.
celebrate. We
Sometimes we
network.
preach a little bit.
We preach a lot on here.
Yeah.
Oftentimes than
Yeah.
not, because
Yeah.
also we always like to say that having some sort of spirituality, man, helps us as entrepreneurs. As far as that's a part of our recipe as entrepreneurs to go forward day to day and to continue to grow in whatever industry that it
Yeah.
is that we're involved in. So yeah,
Absolutely.
it's great. It's
Gil,
great, Gil.
anything you learned along the way that you wish you knew beforehand that you want to share and tell someone else to watch out for?
Oh man, just man, everything really, man. You
Yeah.
learn every day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
every
know,
day is a yeah.
we
No
don't
bad
stop
move that like,
learning.
oh man, I shouldn't have done that.
You know, I keep burning my caramel sauce. And I keep trying, and I keep trying, I keep
Yeah.
trying.
Yeah,
So it's okay to fall.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know,
As long as
it's
you
okay
get
to
up
fall as long as you get up.
Yeah.
and
So
dust yourself
you know,
off, let's do it
I
again.
went. It went from taking me 5 or 6 tries of making caramel sauce to now 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
you go. So you
Yeah.
getting there.
Yeah,
You're getting
absolutely.
Yeah.
there. Yeah,
So
yeah. Definitely
Just
want to
keep getting
never
up.
give, yeah,
yeah,
and
that's
never
it.
give up. Never
That's
get up,
it,
but
man.
don't give up,
Yeah, buddy.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's
man.
great,
Is
man.
the lunchtime rush coming on in? We want to just
Yeah,
check
Yeah.
man.
on you.
Yeah.
I actually have to go finish up my prep in the
Yeah,
back.
so
My
Yeah,
list is
man.
pretty
okay, so
pretty
so
good.
let's all right, we're gonna let you get out of here. One more time, iPoppy is
Yeah.
on 210 Main Street.
210 East Main.
East
Yeah,
210
2
East
tennis.
Main. El
Yep.
Cancun is on what Cherry Road? What's the address there?
Oh man, I think it's 1244 Cherry
Okay,
Road.
well, you guys got Googles, you got phones and smart devices. That's
Cherry
El
Road.
Cancun, and Gil also had the opportunity to do a documentary. We're gonna get that link from him probably a little later and come back and post it in the chat. He had an
Yeah.
opportunity to be a part of a documentary. Before we let you go, Gil, we want to thank you. Any
Yes,
final
sir.
words you want to say to our audience? I
Yeah,
know we
yeah,
got to get
no,
busy.
no, I, no, man. I appreciate you guys bringing me on board for the day. It
Yeah.
only took
It's
Thank you
our
so
it
pleasure,
much,
only
man.
took
Gil.
like 2 months, but
Yeah, it's okay. It's
It was
okay.
worth it. It was worth
We
it.
didn't give up. We didn't give up. Hey man, well, Gil, famous Woody, you just have to hit the X button or
Yeah,
whatever. We're gonna let
just
him
X
get
out,
to
man.
it.
You're good. Thanks a
Yeah,
lot, Gil. Thanks for
ladies and
joining
appreciate it,
us,
gentlemen.
guys.
brother.
Thank you. Have a good afternoon.
Yeah,
You
hey,
too, man.
Mr. Gil Gonzalez, yeah, for joining us today on his lunch hour. We know it
Yeah.
was hard pressed. You could hear the ambiance in the background.
Yeah, man. There was
Getting
glasses clinging and music going. It was love that.
Yeah, I
That
might I
vibe.
might have to swing by
I know.
it's very soon, if not today.
I know. It
I
got me
know Gil
thinking about
for a
it. Next
while.
time I come through Rock Hill, I'm gonna have to go through there as well.
Yeah. We might have to link something up after we get
Let's
this
do
this
that.
this rush done for the fourth.
Yeah.
Ooh, wait.
Yeah. Let's do
It's
that.
gonna be busy. Who's still in the chat, ladies and gentlemen? Let us know if you're still here. Mom said she was going into a meeting. All right, Mom. I appreciate my
Yeah.
family so much. Joining us here live every week.
Yeah.
My
Juan's
brother,
coming
my
with us
sister.
when we get
Yeah,
around Rock
let's
Hill.
and then we gotta get Mr. LG. We're gonna have
Yeah.
us a whole group
Yeah,
going. And
man.
then you guys in the comments, if y'all want to come, we'll let you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's say maybe after this fourth rush, the
Yes.
week of
Yes.
the
Yes.
fourth, and we go out because I'm gonna be working.
Next
Good
Tuesday.
grief.
Well, next Tuesday we're gonna be off. By the way, Fourth of
Woo!
July.
Oh, look at
Yeah.
Juan. Juan's got all
Yeah.
kind of
He's ready.
ideas. You see what he say?
I
Yeah, but
know.
we're gonna take next Tuesday off because it's a holiday, and
Yeah.
I have to play. I got performances coming up. Actually, let's see, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday.
Gosh. Yeah.
Yes, sir. And
That
then
is quite the
catching up.
lineup.
Hey, it's the 4th of July. Somebody
Yes,
wants to
sir.
hear some music, I
Yes,
suppose.
the boys of summer.
Yeah, man. We came. Yeah, it's that time of year. So
Yeah,
you
we'll be
know,
there. We'll be there actually on Monday, on the 3rd. We're coming down to Sherrall.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Guess
Yeah.
who's in the comments? My sister's there. James Neekirk is with us
What
today.
up, Jimmy Jam? Jimmy
Jimmy.
Jam, what's happening, man?
You need. Oh,
You
you
got
want
to
to be
get
on
those.
and discuss your
Get
Christmas
those.
bill? Okay, Alice, send me a message.
Yes,
And
let's do
as
that.
we get a little closer or whatever's good. Yeah, Alice, does many things here in the city. Yeah, well, I'll have you on, Alice. Not a
Yeah,
problem.
yeah,
Just send me a message so I don't forget. I'll be juggling. It's a circus in my brain
yeah. Let's
sometimes.
do that, Alice. Let's set it up. Faith says you got to
Christmas
get your
bill.
rest this week, man. Get some rest this week to get ready for the weekend for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
For
Hey, and
sure.
if you guys want the venues, guys, just go to www.thechairmanoftheboard.com, and that'll have all of our. And I'm about to probably say it out loud here real fast.
Yeah.
And we got Mellow Groove is still in effect in between doing a couple of private events or whatnot. And we've been in Greenville a lot off and on, but I'll give you the chairman of the board dates before we sign off for sure. And you
Absolutely.
can
I can tell
always
you.
check the website. Alice, not a problem. You're welcome. We
Yeah.
hit. This is what our platform is for. Our peers who are involved in different things. We push the idea of entrepreneurship. We that's the idea that we push. The ideology that we do here are also to network with each other and to inspire the next whatever. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
buddy.
Just to give them a little boost and all, and then we promote whatever it is that we have going on. So absolutely, absolutely, it would
Yeah,
be our
just to
pleasure.
share some feelings and ideas. So yeah, Juan, if you want to come down to Sherrall next Monday the 3rd,
Yeah,
Juan, me and the family will be
that's my
out there.
hometown, by the
Yeah,
way. That's my hometown.
that's the
It's
show to
about an
come
hour.
to.
Yeah, they're gonna have fireworks. I think my son, Isaiah should be with me. That's because that's on a Monday. You
Latroy
know,
Gardner, what's
let's
happening,
try to.
brother?
Yeah, he's getting married here soon in September.
Oh
Former
yeah,
guest of the show, Latroy
good
Gardner.
deal.
He's a podcast guru. You know
Yeah,
what I
let
mean?
me get
Yeah,
Latroy a little congratulations.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yes, sir. He's still locked in. That's great, man. That's great. Hey, we had a nice turnout today, I must
yeah,
say.
and don't
Oh, yes.
forget a
Yeah,
touch of
yeah.
faith, right?
No shortcut members, guys. Listen here. You can save 10% on any wreath through the end of the month with code no shortcuts. And you
Wow,
definitely
thank
probably want
you.
to get you something for the
Yes,
4th to
yeah,
decorate your door or your
yeah.
office or whatever.
I mean, since
You
you
know what I'm
saving since
saying?
you're saving some money, you should go ahead and get the one for the 4th and get one for the fall coming up too. Go ahead and get your fall wreath early while
Yeah,
that
go.
discount's
Hey,
going.
order you about 2 or 3 at one
Yeah,
time and get that 10% on a
get that
bundle.
10%. A little bundle package.
Yeah, get that bundle, man. That was
Yo,
awesome. And again, Gil, thank you for joining us today, man. We know that was a little pressure involved being right at the restaurant and the lunch rush is starting and you're executive chefing and all of that, but he still was able to carve out a little bit of time for the guys here at No Shortcuts. And we, man,
yeah, yeah,
where
yeah.
we go, we want to go into our upcoming events.
Yeah, man. We got yeah, Faith. I can't wait to meet you as well. I'll be in your town, Sherrall, South Carolina, very next Monday. Looking forward to it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah,
confirmed.
yeah.
We'll
It's
we'll
gonna
be
be a
down
nice little
there.
rush.
We'll be
Yeah,
down there.
yeah. I just want to recap right fast. We were in where were we last week? We were in Augusta,
Oh.
North Augusta, excuse me,
Hmm.
on last Friday. And you know what? We had a little. It's going back to the whole sound man thing. We had an issue during the show, right?
Yeah.
There was a lot of humming at one point. Sound check was great. There was some humming going on, and then in the midst of that humming and all of that, I lost my bottom keyboards coming out of my monitor on the side, and so we were professional, just letting the sound guys know. Of course, they knew the hum was going on. We got a monitor mix and front of house mix, and they eventually worked it out. But they sent us a note. Let me see if I can read this note, and I maybe give you the abbreviated version. And even after they were so apologetic, man, and they were, apologizing that happened and whatnot. Let me see if I can find this note right fast. It might be a little lengthy, but I'm gonna just okay. Here we go. Yeah, it is lengthy, but he sent this to
Hmm.
Ken, the sound guy. So I'm skim through it, guys. I hope I'm not gonna weary your patience. I sent this to Ken Knox. He forwarded it to the rest of the band. Hey Ken, hope you're good. Wanted to reach out and tell you how much I enjoyed you and your incredible band. You guys absolutely nailed it. Tightest band I have heard live, and that includes Earth, Wind, and Fire. Shout out to my Earth, Wind, and Fire family. You know, I'm just reading a note, guys. I also like to reach out whenever there has been a glitch. First, thank you so much for how you handled it on stage. True professionals. You navigated us through it. The issue was with our wireless. It worked perfectly through sound check and through the Blue Dots, which was the band that played before us. We changed to fresh batteries, and then for some reason the batteries tested by us and from the same batch as earlier started draining in 30 to 45 minutes. Normally last 6 hours. We suspect the band near us at the barbecue place may have cranked up wireless and caused the issue, but we will never know. Then he's talking about the 3 mics, monitors, and everything. But he says, I apologize, that will not happen again. The problem with the keyboards was on my monitor engineer, and the mic confusion and trying to patch in new wired mics, change batteries, etc. He got a little flustered and muted the wrong channel. Again, that would have never happened had I had a backup plan. Having said all of that, the sound we had out front was dead on, and the audience loved the show. I want to thank you and your band for understanding you're a group of great guys. They were so good to us. I know things happen sometimes, but those things keep me up at night. Here's to your continued success, and thanks for keeping great music alive. So
man, that's good.
I said all that to say this. There will be issues sometimes with sound, but our job as musicians is to remain professional. And understand that it's not happening on purpose. And then there was another where we were, there was it was like in a little plaza, but we were outside, but they had some stuff going on in different buildings. So anything could cause a little interference, but that was so kind of him to send that note and everything. And what I've started doing, especially since we've had Lee on, shout out to Lee Robinson, is I always tell the sound guys, thank you for that, but I'll go around and shake their hands now, man, because they play such an important part. So I guess what I'm trying to say, us having Lee on has made me want to show even more gratitude to our sound tech and sound engineers. So I'll go around and shake their hands and tell them thank you. Even did good, that in Kannapolis Saturday. They had production was incredible. If you go to my Facebook, they had the whole big screen production and all that going on. So, you know, that was great, man. That was great.
Yeah, that's good.
And such
and
a
that makes them kind of, you know, even though they're going to be doing their best work anyway, if you go in on the front end, acknowledging people like that, they're already in a better mood. They really want to make sure they nail it for you. But in that letter, there was a good point, too, about backup plans.
Yeah.
Having backup plans. And that's even, you know, in any industry, music, live music, what you're doing, and even with me on the DJ side, having a backup plan, because we depend on technology so much, it could start to cripple us a little bit, because now it's so easy. Oh, I just got to roll my laptop in there. Everything's good. What happens when your laptop, you know, it's going to happen at some point. Fortunately, my laptop the only time my laptop has started to go down on me, it's happened at home. But it could have very well been at a live show, you know?
Yeah.
So what do you do? And I was actually talking about this with DJ Nuff Said when he came and assisted me on that wedding a few weeks ago. All the special stuff for people's weddings, I have playlists on my laptop. I got a little mini iPad with me. I got my phone with me. And I got these identical playlists on I got their specifics,
just in case,
like their, you know, their wedding ceremony music, their first dance. I got all that stuff in 3 different places. And I have just a general wedding, you know, dance music playlist, like, you know, Bruno Mars, Line, all that kind of stuff. I have all that stuff downloaded in my computer, downloaded on my phone, like download it so I don't need internet, downloaded on my iPad so I don't need internet. It's on there. And that'll get me through, you know, 30 minutes if I got to reboot some stuff, or it'll get me through a whole wedding if I need to. But you got to have backup plans. You got to have backup plans, because you just never know. You
just never know, especially when it comes to this technology stuff, man. You just never know, you know. So so I thought that was very, man, just thoughtful for him to type that email out, and that shows he really felt bad about that issue happening. And so, and the whole purpose of us doing that particular show anyway was to headline for those guys to get their name out a little more. You know, it was a big event or whatever, but they're trying to they're trying to get their name out, just a new up and coming situation. And so they had their own sound techs and everything, and we came the headline to bring people in to help them continue to go out and play and things like that. So it's beautiful, man. We all get along at the end of the day.
Exactly.
And he said,
all there for the same goal.
That's it. Yeah. We trying to eat. We trying to play music, which is our passion, and eat off of that. So that's it, man. And then real quick.
Hold on, before you do that, I also want to give a quick shout out to my man DJ Turbo Reed, Adrian Reed. He did a pool party for me last week. So I had a wedding in I don't know where I was at, Great Falls or somewhere up there. Okay. But and then he did a pool. He did it was like a 11 or 12-year-old birthday party. Pool party, and when they contacted me for that, I said, "Oh, I got just the guy," because Adrian, man, he's good with the kids' parties because he's real interactive and he'll be out there dancing with them and stuff like that. So he did a real good job. He reached out to me after it was over, said everybody had a great time, the clients loved him, and that's awesome. And that was good news. So I wanted to give Turbo Reed a special shout out. Welcome to the team, my brother. Welcome to the team. We're growing.
Yeah, and I got a chance to check out DJ Nuff Said on the Twitch last Thursday. He was jamming. I hung out for a couple hours, and I was like, I'm gonna turn it in. But he was kind of schooling me to how it works and everything like that. And I was able to throw some emojis and comments. So you guys be sure to check out DJ Nuff Said. He does his Twitch thing. I don't know specifically which days. I caught him on a Thursday, but I think he got Monday.
He'll post it during the week. He'll post his whole schedule for the week.
And I told him to post it in the community as well.
Yeah, shout out to Nuff Said, man. What you got coming up, homie?
So that's what I was gonna finish up with here. So the chairman of the board will be in Greensboro on Thursday. Let's see. All right. Then Saturday, we will be in Reedsville, North Carolina. That was Greensboro, North Carolina, Reedsville, North Carolina. Sunday afternoon, we'll be in Pittsboro, Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I know
Pittsboro, North Carolina. Monday, Sherrard, South Carolina. Shout out to my hometown, as well as the hometown of Mr. Desi Gillespie, rest in peace, jazz legend. And then Tuesday, we will be in Knightdale, North Carolina on the actual 4th. I'm assuming there will be fireworks at all of these shows this weekend, ladies and gentlemen. Then the 7th, DJ Famous and I.
Let's do it.
We're gonna do something. I think it's gonna be private event though.
Yeah, it's a wedding. It's a wedding.
And then I might be having a Mellow Groove event on July 8th. This Brandon Stevens, shout out to him, still working out those details. Okay. So summertime, we trying to make it do what it do. You can catch those dates again, ladies and gentlemen, at the www.thechairmanoftheboard.com. My whole schedule is there. If you don't see it, let me know and I'll message you directly. But definitely, guys, if y'all want to come to Sherrod, my family going to be there.
Yes,
we might as well just bring the whole extended family and have a big to do. Bring the kids too, because
that's the show to come
family
from.
Friendly.
That's the show to come to. If you're going to come to a show, it's like when I went to that one in Paisley last year, that was kind of homecoming. That was close enough.
Shout out to the Watermelon Lemonade and Paisley, the Watermelon Festival.
The Watermelon Festival,
The Watermelon Tea, that's what it was. They treated us so nice. Shout out to my uncle, the former sheriff, Mr. James Dixon. It was a good time with the family, man. But I think we're going to do this again, huh? We're going to do it next week?
No, not next week.
We're off next week.
Yeah, next week's the 4th, and you're working, and I'll be on
the van. I'll be chiming in on the van. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a break next week for the holiday. We will reconvene July 11th, Tuesday, July 11th. So with that being said, thank you all for joining us today, hanging out with us today. Share this with somebody. If you're over on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. Share the channel. We're trying to grow here. Next week we'll be off. So with that being said, happy 4th of July to everybody. We want you guys to be safe. Enjoy yourself. Hopefully I'll see some of you guys on the 3rd in my hometown. And other than that, we'll just be reconvening.
Make sure you follow us on YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube, and also follow both of us on Instagram, because I think it just popped in my head just now, but we might do a little Instagram pop-up on the off week.
Okay, yeah. So we definitely plug into
pop up.
Yeah, and shout out to everybody in the No Shortcuts community on Facebook. If you haven't joined that community yet, ladies and gentlemen, just search it, No Shortcuts, the community. I think we had 360 members right now, and we're continuing to grow that. Thank you all for everything that you do. As I always say, you'll see DJ Famous and myself on the screen, but we guys are just the voices for the community. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Let's do what we do. Yeah.
We'll see y'all soon. Have a good 4th of July.
Yes. And drop your links, guys. If you got drop your links. We out of here, though. Peace. Love y'all. Happy 4th. One love.